Swag. Hey guys, and welcome to the OutKast podcast. We have another episode, and today my special guest is
Aleisha Lee.
Way.
Hey.
I'm so excited you're here. You have no idea. Like when I first thought about the podcast, I had a whole list of names, and you were definitely like near the top, if not the top. Do you know what I mean?
Thank you.
Yeah, man. Like, first of all, where have you been?
I've been about. Hey, I've been about.
Where have you been? Because it's been a while since. Like, I know you're active on social media doing a lot, but like it's been a while since you've been in like one place doing one thing. I know you've been jet setting all over the world doing all sorts of stuff. So just explain what's been going on.
Well, what's been going on? Since I last released my EP 2015, that was back in 2015.
Banging, by the way. I'm going to talk about that, but carry on.
We'll get to that. I've just been mainly working on songwriting, working with other artists, different producers, working on their projects and singles. So I kind of put more of my focus into that as opposed to me as an artist, just because I wanted to. It was always something I wanted to get into. I've always writing for myself, but I wanted to explore other avenues, especially being more collaborative as well. So yeah, that's when I was that's where I've been, and now it's that time where I'm ready to come back, do my thing, as well as continuing working and collaborating and songwriting for other artists and producers. So yes, everything's going on now.
Yeah, it's
everything.
A lot. It's a lot. I love it. I saw on Instagram recently that you were in the States. Like, explain that. Was that a holiday or was that a business trip or what?
In the States, well, I was out there twice. The first one was basically like just networking, meeting up with people, producers, and just like hanging out and vibes. And then the second time I went, a bit of the same, but more for my birthday. I just wanted to enjoy myself, like live life. But I also did still link up with producers and different people and get to meet different artists as well. So yeah, it was a bit of both. Okay. So yeah.
Let's say over the last how long have you been in this game for? Let people know.
I would say since about 2008/9.
Okay,
but
so practically 10 years. Let's round it up.
We can say 10 years, but that's when I started taking AL or Aleisha Lee as the artist. Okay. That's when that kind of started. But before that, I had always been in the studio. Like I was working with Jammer, Scare Them Crew. So then that was always happening. That was from when we were like teenagers. So it was inevitable that I was going to end up doing it. I just didn't know whether like I really wanted to push myself seriously. But it was around 2008, 2009. That's when I was just like, yeah. It's me.
It's on now.
It's time. Yeah, exactly.
What I love about you is that I've been following your music for a long time.
Thank you.
Like I'm a dedicated fan. Like that, I'm a super fan.
Thank you so much.
A fact. Like, and I will say to you before, obviously we started. Like I was listening to 2015 or 2015.
Yeah.
And it is actually like a timeless project.
Oh, thank
like,
you.
When I was like, yo, this could be released again, like today, and it would still have relevance. Do you know what I mean? And I was doing a little bit by looking at your website and stuff, and it actually does say that you're very versatile. Like, you can be diverse in various different genres, which is amazing. Like, how are you able to adapt and be so like creative? Does it come naturally, or something you've like, I've always wanted to do? Or explain that process.
I think it's definitely something I feel that's always been inside me. It's ever since I was young. I've always been interested in music, dance, creativity. I've always had that in me, and my mum, she noticed that, and she put me into like dance schools, singing classes and all of that. And I think doing those things as well like magnified that feeling even more. So I just feel like it was inevitable that was going to be happening. I've always been in that, and I'm just always inspired by so many different things, different people, different genres. I listen to different types of music. There's so much music I like, and there's some tracks you'll be like really like
left, proper left.
You know, like left and then left again and then another left. And so I just get inspired by loads of different types of things, and somehow I just input those elements into what I do, and that's why I've always wanted to make sure that I explore all of that, and I've still got a lot more exploring to do, because you're always inspired by different sounds, what you see, and Yeah, so it's always been, I've just always used what I like really to kind of put into my music, and yeah.
Explain the J Dilla project, because that is like one thing I said to a lot of. Are you independent? Are you signed? Are you like?
No, I'm independent.
Right. So this is a great conversation to have. One thing I tell a lot of artists is that we kind of get stuck within the UK within this conservative mindset. We don't like to go outside the box as independent artists. You, on the other hand, you went proper like left and decided to do something that was so creative. I don't think many people would have thought of doing a project like the J Dilla project, if that makes sense. So explain like the process behind that. What made you think, oh, I woke up in this morning with an idea and say, oh, I'm going to do this and collaborate this. Like, what was the story behind that?
What's crazy is what actually happened was I done a track called 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9.
Yeah.
And I loved the beat so much. I've always loved the beat, but I didn't know who produced it.
Right.
And then another incident happened where I was chilling with Footsteps. Shout out Footsteps, big boy producer.
Yep.
And Footsteps and Jermaine, we were just chilling, and then there was an instrumental, J Dilla instrumental, and I was like, oh, I want to do something over this instrumental. And then Jermaine was singing I'm a Boss, but he was not doing it matching the beat.
Right.
It was like, you know, it was so annoying.
Well, yeah, I can imagine.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah,
so I was like to him, like, come on, bruv, at least try and match it to the beat. Right. And then Footsteps was like, why don't you? Ding.
Ding.
That was that. And then, so I said, you know what, let me do this. Let me do a cover of it. And then I realised that 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, because I went to look and see who actually made the song. I know it's Q-Tip, but who? And then I saw J Dilla, and I'm just like, wow. Right, cool, that's one. And then obviously the I'm a Boss, that's two.
Right.
And then I just had this mad J Dilla frenzy, because I've always loved his beats, but it was just kind of like crazy to me that so many tracks that I loved from back in the day, he produced.
Right.
And so I just thought, you know what? I'm just going to go through a frenzy, find the beats, write original material to it, and just put it out. And that's exactly...
I think you're very... I know you're very good at that, because I've seen, even on the 2015 project, there was one instrumental used from the internet.
Yes.
And I was just like, yo, like, to hear that song and then the way you put a flip on it was just like... It was like a brand new song to me.
Yeah.
And it wasn't trying, like a lot of songs that people try and do and use the remix or whatever and think, oh yeah, it's a copycat. Like you totally switched it up. And I've seen that pattern in like your music. When you use other instrumentals or you do remixes, you actually make it your own.
Yeah.
Which is very, very good. Like not many people can do that. Do you know what I mean?
Thank you.
Definitely, man. We got a lot to talk about. I got 3 pages here, mate.
Let's
Page
go.
Page 1 is done. That's out the window. Afro Puffs. Explain that to me now, because now we're gonna get into some good stuff. Explain the Afro Puffs.
The Afro Puffs is a cartoon animation series about 3 melanin females, young girls, uni students, called Tina, Jaina, and Mariah. Right. And they're just living their best life. It's like, it's lit. And they're just there to like aid, inspire, you know, young girls, especially, you know, all females, but especially black females, because we do get a lot of rubbish, you know, and it's just something nice to like enjoy. And we've had a lot of feedback, a lot of people that they're just so inspired, and it's beautiful to see that. So it's really good. I play Mariah, so I do the voice for Mariah, and it's lit. Like it's just fun. Like the guy that actually creates it, his name's Glenn, and he's based out in Amsterdam, and he's amazing. Like the animation, the work that goes into the animation is really good. It's crazy. Yeah. Like the little snippets you see take hours.
Oh, I can imagine.
Hours to do. So yeah, hold tight Glenn, and hold tight Holly as well. She plays Tina. Right. So yeah, like
I love your uniqueness in the fact that you can add the patter in there.
Yeah.
You're just yourself. Do you know what I mean? You have to try and be all fancy, whatever. You're just, and it's so real. Like I can see you doing that for other shows? Like, would you want to do voiceover work for
definitely
after doing that experience?
Definitely, it's something that I've always been interested in doing, but I've never really delved right into trying to find out, oh, what do I need to do and whatnot. But recently, ever since as well, even before, just before I started getting into Afro puffs, I was looking into how to do voiceovers and things like that. So I just feel like it's all a part of it.
Connected, yeah.
Exactly. So that's definitely something I would like to do more of in the future.
And what would you say the kind of the statement behind Afro Puffs for you personally when it comes to inspiring women or young black women or just women in general? Like, what's your kind of the statement that you're trying to put on it?
I just want like everyone to know, like black women, white women, every woman, Asian woman, whatever nationality you are, that like you're beautiful, you can do this, you can do whatever you want, and there's nothing wrong with you being confident and being happy in yourself and not having to listen to what other people think, especially if it's in a negative light as well. It's about, you know, pushing yourself, going for what you want and still having fun, because I think as well, a lot of people, they work hard but they don't have any play, and it's like, what are you doing? You're just working so hard, and when are you enjoying? And then obviously there's some people that are very extreme that just play every day and there's no work. So it's about like finding the balance. And I think with the girls, they're uni students, they get their grade, but at the same time they know how to have fun and enjoy themselves as well. So I think that's the message. Just, you know, be you, enjoy yourself, live your best life and work hard. Yeah,
that's great. That's amazing. And I love how you said it, because it comes across in your persona as well, because you're a very confident person. You don't care. Like, I've seen you, like, you're blue today, but then you're a different color tomorrow. Do you know what I mean? So you're very kind of eccentric in a lot of ways, and you're just, you know, like loud in a very positive way.
That's good.
And to kind of be inspiring in that way and just like saying, oh yeah, I do what I want, which we'll talk about as well. It's just very inspiring. So as coming on to that, explain that, because like, I saw the video, I saw the ad, was it 2 days ago, and it was so funny. It was so, the way you just bust out into like, you can't do nothing for you. I was like, yes. Oh, I loved it. So explain that. You have to explain that story.
Well, do you know something? Like,